So, hello guys, today we're going to be seeing what happened in Pakistan made an empire in 2022. First, they will take Kashmir, which angers India, but then they'll advance into northern India and take more of Kashmir. And this is already angering India, and soon India declares war on Pakistan. And Nepal is allies with India. So I might have to go into zoom mode for this. Heck. My computer's lagging like heck. And Bhutan is also allies with India. So India, and so is Bangladesh. So Pakistan really just got their whole mafia against the whole mafia. Bangladesh is enemies with Pakistan. So enemies with Myanmar. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, so now when India and its allies are like really pissed because they're very pissed because of Pakistan just invaded one of them, so they ended up messing with the entire mafia. Anyways, they continue their march into India, and you have to use some nuclear weapons because India is way more powerful than them. Anyways, they managed to colonize Nepal, and soon India falls and Nepal falls, and Bhutan, they don't want to get oofed, so they surrender because they don't want Pakistan to conquer them. But Pakistan wants to make their empire as big as possible, so they instead. And Bhutan is the weakest country that actually has a military. No offense or anything, but it's true. Look, I'm gonna search it up right now. Who has the weakest military? Yeah, I searched up who's nukes just to make sure, oh, never mind, it was actually Suriname. I think... Okay, never mind. I think there might be a second weakest or something, I don't know. Hold up. I'm gonna search up Bhutan military ranking. Hold up. Bhutan military ranking. Okay. Yeah, never mind, I was right. Anyways, Pakistan has conquered the Indian subcontinent except for Sri Lanka and Maldives and a little bit of Afghanistan that's actually part of it, which contains the capital. Afghanistan is enemies with Pakistan, so they're next to then declare war on Afghanistan. They conquer a bunch of provinces to the east of Afghanistan. And I don't have time to call it Afghan and blue, so of course I'm just making sure Okay, so basically now, as you can see, Afghanistan is become colonized. they now have to make a difficult decision because they're allies with everyone else. So they're gonna do the next. So the next thing they will do is attack Sri Lanka. Oh boy, this can be a nightmare calling in all of these. That's a lot of provinces, to be honest. Yep, that's a lot of provinces. Oop, yeah, I forgot about the Indian Islands, which they stayed or sailed to. To later sail to the Maldives and colonize them. Then after colonizing Maldives, they decided to declare war on China and take Xinjiang. And now this is going to be tilted in Pakistan's favor. Now China, after realizing what's going on, is pissed, and then after and that's and yes, it is kind of a little inaccurate, but because yeah, China reclaims its provinces, and Pakistan surrenders, and there you go. So then they try to take China, but China just takes it back. Later, they then invade into now. They probably just want to get their revenge in real life, but this is everything is going to be tilted towards Pakistan's favor, or not everything, but most of everything is going to be tilted. So basically, then they declare war on Myanmar and conquer the country. And yes, I know Myanmar is Asian, but as I've already said, yeah, whatever. Anyways, they also conquer a Myanmar province that actually, I'm pretty sure this province used to be part of Thailand, because it doesn't fit in with Myanmar, but whatever. I mean, it kind of doesn't little, but it fits. This province, this province fits in with Thailand, and this province fits in with China. I think Shan used to be part of China, but yeah, but it actually used to be part of Thailand. If you don't know, Shan used to be part of Thailand, but I'm pretty sure they used to be part of China first, and then Taiwan conquered it from them. And I'm pretty sure this used to be part of Taiwan too. Basically, you know, whatever. So later they sail to so now Pakistan needs some more countries to attack, because this is just their empire. They just conquered Akan Barat, and they can't go up in the except for Tibet. They can't go up into China because they already tried that and it failed, because China is just way more powerful. So they sail out to Somalia and attack an island of Yemen. So that declares war on both Somalia and Yemen. But they have to deal with both Somalia and Yemen, and they're a lot more powerful, so it's pretty easy to take both Somalia and Yemen on in a battle. Yeah, this is Marseille. No offense to any viewers that are part of from Somalia and Yemen, because I'm pretty sure there are, or at least, yeah. Remember, this is just tilted towards Pakistan's favor, okay? So in reality, they'd probably just get their allies, and like Russia and stuff. Anyways, they later declared war on Oman and annexed the entire country. Anyways, I'm pretty sure Pakistan is allies with those countries. Anyways, they later sailed to Australia and they try to conquer it. Australia is also one of the most powerful militaries, so they're not as powerful as China, but pretty powerful. So they're able to they're also able to fend off the invasion. Anyways, Pakistan has enough, and they want to do something with the big powers. Now look, okay? Pakistan tried attacking China, tried attacking Australia, and failed. But I think they might be able to do something with Canada, which isn't a superpower. It's so they bombed Newfoundland and tried conquering Quebec. But if you don't know, Quebec is the most powerful province of Canada. My dad was actually born in my dad was born in Ontario, but he lived in Quebec. Until we moved to the Golden State where I live. But I'm not telling you any more information because we don't want. Because, well, for safety reasons. Anyways, they managed to conquer most of these countries. They didn't take Alaska and end up and Russia gives them, and then Russia decides to give Pakistan some of the three eastern provinces to get more power, and they used their things to annex British Columbia, and then they colonized all of Canada, and they even managed to get Quebec and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia and Prince Edward. Then they used their power to they take advantage and begin invading into the northern states of California, which they do with quite ease, but they can't go any further. Now, I'm pretty sure they then begin fighting from the west, and they managed to conquer Ohio, which is actually the fourth most powerful state, but New York is stronger and they conquered it with their power. So then they managed to invade USA. Now, will this ever happen? 0%. But remember, this is tilted towards Pakistan's favor. But later, the United States realizes what's going on and goes into super angry mode, and with its remaining states manages to reclaim a chunk of it, and chunk of their states, and basically they invade up and up and up and up and up until they can't go but they're just so tired, so yeah. Man, I probably should have just done Pakistan in dark green, because that's the color of the flag. Okay, yeah, okay, there we go. The main color. It actually has a little bit of white in it. Okay, so then Pakistan, they decide to declare war on China again, this time with their power, and they invade. They also take some of the Russian provinces, and they manage to take these islands and conquer North Japan. They then take Western China, and soon they manage to take over the country of China. And there's a 0% chance of this actually happening, but as I've already said, this is tilted in Pakistan's favor, so they managed to annex China. They then sail out to Taiwan and begin annexing Taiwan. And they annex Taiwan, though Taiwan actually, if they actually did this in reality, look, I'm not gonna say it anymore, but if they actually did, hold up. They actually did this in reality, they invade. If they actually invade Taiwan in reality, USA would nuke them, because Taiwan has these nukes that are shared with the United States of America. So so if someone invades Taiwan, USA will nuke them. Anyways, Pakistan's next target is Thailand and Vietnam, because they're both enemies with them. Because they're on the enemy teams. So they later first invaded southern Thailand. And then but they accidentally get mixed up and end up conquering the entire peninsula, which I would just say is better because, you know, it is. It's better to conquer more land than less land, unless the land is very, very rebellious. Anyways, they later conquer the entire peninsula and then begin invading up into Thailand, and they conquered northern Laos and North Vietnam and stuff. Then later Asian gets activated. Oh, by the way, I forgot to activate NATO, but when you were saying Canada got invaded. Later, that's because Pakistan probably just cut off the news thing so that way no one would know that they were being invaded. Later, suddenly, NATO finds out what's going on and saves them because NATO. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna have. Okay, calling NATO is gonna take a long time, but so sit back, watch a movie, and or you can just skip. Yeah, how about you just skip to the part? You can skip to the part where I'm done covering NATO if you want, because I don't want to I don't want to bore you to death. So you can just skip to the part where I'm done with covering in NATO. Okay, so it turns out that only a few countries will be helping because Pakistan is way too powerful, even for a lot of countries, so they just chose a few countries to help with. So basically, the countries are, okay, by the way, Britain is after I'm done with covering UK, then we can do the NATO battle between, so first, the United Kingdom gets involved with it because Canada's part of the Commonwealth and they don't want to lose their the Commonwealth is, wait, why is it called the Commonwealth? It sounds like being part of the Commonwealth is a great thing, because then it wouldn't give you a lot of money because it's called Commonwealth. Doesn't being part of the Commonwealth mean you get money or something? Or does it mean you get lots of wealthy military equipment or something? So anyways, the reason we don't want that countries don't want nuclear wars is because people will die. Duh. Anyways, so now that Norway dead. Anyways, so later, Sweden and Finland decide to also join in. Russia will be supplying, but won't actually be fighting. It'll only be a few countries that will actually be fighting because they don't want to. Because they're worried if they get all of NATO to fight, it'll become a world. Then it'll just lead into a world war. And they don't want another world war. So only a few countries fight, and then later. Later, they begin their attack. They then attack Nunavut and Alaska. They then and later. Now, United States is the soldiers are really tired. Anyways, so Canada has just been freed and from the Pakistani Empire, and now they begin attacking down. And whether they decide to go and invade into the west and attack Cambodia, and yeah, which used to be called Khmer, they begin trying to encircle like them, and soon they manage to encircle like all of this. They begin flying north. Anyways, Philippines later realizes what's going on, but they're too scared to like send soldiers in, so they supply them with like nuclear weapons, because USA give Philippines nukes to send, and Philippines then nukes Pakistan, but it's too late because like Pakistan, because the rest of these countries have already surrendered up their land, and now Pakistan owns like this peninsula. So then, but then suddenly, a blast hits. Kaboom! And all the economy comes crashing down. And Pakistan is just got nukes, so then they're forced to this. They are given Kashmir, though. And also, they're given Kashmir and also parts of India, because India just wants them to stop, like, because India just wants them to stop, so India gives them a chunk of their land. And Bangladesh actually, and so India gives them a chunk of their land, and Nepal just decides to unite with them. And Bangladesh does too. Like and later Pakistan stops doing war after realizing what happened last time. And it's Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Nepal later, like they unite into one big They unite after realizing that war sucks, and that war that they just had was a horrible thing. They all unite into one big country called. They all unite. So basically, they all unite, and basically, the country looks like this. Yeah. So, anyways.